If you were in the Army today, can I call you sir? Today, if we were in today.
No, they're pushing against that. When you have the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, who was a retired 4-star general,
black man, by the way,
and I served with him at Fort Bragg when he was a colonel, and he had a brigade in the 82nd Airborne Division. Everyone looked up to him, but I don't know who this guy is now. When you are the Secretary of Defense and you're writing a letter to the force that says female troops have to be prepared to be in shower and bathroom facilities with biological males.
He wrote a letter?
He wrote a memo. You can find it. He wrote a memo on that.
Rob, can you find this memo?
That's that. He wrote that
Austin,
memo. Lloyd Austin, Secretary of Defense, the memo that he sent out. And the United States Marines. There was a study that was done, I think, at University of Pennsylvania, saying that you should move away from calling people sir and ma'am because that's affirming their gender, and maybe they want to have their gender affirmed. So just call them by their rank and their last name. Don't call them by their first name. This is the type of stuff that's happening in our military.
Now, when you knew this guy, was he a heavyweight, tough guy, strong leader? Was he?
His call sign was Panther 6. I mean, he is the original Black Panther, okay? That's how we saw him.
So what happened to him? What happened to him?
What happens
Rob,
is...
show an image of him, by the way, so people can get a good look at
What happens is that your last promotion in the military as an officer...
Congress. You need to...
Well, no, the last promotion is Brigadier General, or 1-star.
That's my little general. That's a 1-star.
Yeah, that's when you're, your peers. 2-star, 3-star, 4-star is all political appointments. Mm-hmm. And so what you end up finding out is guys who want to continue on at that level end up surrendering to the political whims and the administration of the time. And that's what the problem is. And so Barack Obama comes along, and all of these generals that were there, he says, you either get along with my agenda or you're gone. And that was a big thing that people were writing about, the purging of senior level leadership in the military during the Barack Obama administration. And so all of a sudden you get these type of generals, and if there's one thing that Donald Trump did not understand, he had to clean house. He had to clean house in every single government agency, not just cabinet position, but 5, 6, maybe 7 tiers down. And he did not get that. And so that's why you have these people like a General Milley still hanging around and some of the things he's doing. I mean, a United States general saying, before a hearing in Congress that, I want to study and understand what white rage is. What you're supposed to be doing is making sure that we can deploy, we can fight, we can win. That's it. None of this, cultural Marxism stuff.
And meanwhile, if you're the enemy, with seeing today Xi and Putin coming together saying the next 100 years is going to be epic. I'm paraphrasing, but they used a certain word saying what the next 100 years are going to be. How do you think the enemy, if we look at some of our enemy, let's say Iran, let's say China, let's say Russia, how do they view America when they see the military getting this soft?
We're weak. And this is the window of opportunity that they have sat around and waited for. That's why the world is more Machiavellian than ever before. Everyone sees this is the opportunity where I can rise up. So when you see what happened in Afghanistan, that's a green light. And think about this. There would not be this conflagration in Ukraine if there had not been in Afghanistan. China would not be threatening Taiwan if they had not seen what's happening in Afghanistan. When you leave $80-something billion of military equipment over there, and I spent 2.5 years in Afghanistan, this is U.S. military equipment that you left. Yes, they're going to figure out a way to back engineer that, and they're going to make it operational. And that's exactly what they see happening. So they see weakness. And China has the One Belt, One Road strategy, which talks about their hegemonic dominance. And you guys are sitting here in South Florida, okay? Guess what? Not too far away here in the Bahamas, China's building port facilities.
In the Bahamas?
Yes. Mm-hmm. My wife is Jamaican. Okay, you go down to the new cruise port facility in Jamaica, it was built by the Chinese. They're all over the place. They're in our hemisphere because they see this as a time. And China understands that we did not defeat the Soviet Union militarily. We defeated the Soviet Union economically. And so when we all of a sudden believe that we're going to allow China to come into, most favored trade nation status, bring them into the world economic community, they saw that as a window of opportunity to let's become the tick that implants ourselves into Western civilization. Let's, send them all the cheap goods and everything like that. Once upon a time we had a problem with Chinese drywall right here in South Florida, killing people. They're killing us. the fentanyl. This is a chemical war that we're in, being aided and abetted by the drug cartels, who are a terrorist organization. So yes, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, Islamic jihadism, they all see this as an opportunity. I know that you want to talk about the oil and gas issue. That's another issue that they see that they can rise above us. Why would we destroy our own energy independence? Why would we want to make ourselves subservient once again to the OPEC plus nations? And so instead of using our oil and gas that we have here in abundance to export that, not only for our own independence, but to export that and to undermine the revenues and resources that these guys have, now we have cut ourselves off at the kneecap. And they see, okay, well, let's jump in here as well. And now we're going and begging the Saudis. And so, by the way, who was down, broken an agreement between the Saudi Arabias and Iran? Xi Jinping.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.